perfectly windy here at Waterville as we start our tour. Michael Murphy is with us, the GM here at Waterville. Michael, first of all, thank you for the hospitality. I mean, from a links perspective, this day looks perfect.
Well, you know, it's coastal. You get a bit of everything, all seasons in one day. It's a bit overcast this morning, but it's due to stay dry. If you look to the south of us there, it looks like the sun is breaking through over the mountains, so hopefully you'll get to see the Waterville in glorious sunshine by the afternoon.
Regardless, there's always the hope. Could you explain to us what Waterville is? How would you describe it to someone if they didn't know?
Unique. It's called Waterville. People have different reasons or theories behind why it's called Waterville. But, you know, Waterville's very unique in Ireland in that it's on the ocean, but it's also got a lake right in the middle of it. You know, connected by a short river that runs past Waterville House. So in French terms, it's the town of water. So, and we get a lot of water from the sky too as well, so there's water everywhere.
Now, when Mr. Hackett designed this one, it was one of Eddie's last designs, obviously deeply passionate to the architect and to those of you that created it. Can you speak to the philosophy of the golf course and how it compares in general to links golf and in particular to links golf in the southwest of Ireland?
Well, you know, we're very lucky in the southwest of Ireland, some of the best golf courses in the whole world. But yet, there's very few similarities between them all. One of the strengths, I suppose, Waterville has is a links golf course. There's no blind shots per se, and everything is out in front of you. You're always going forward, you're never going backwards. When Mr. Mulcahy designed the golf course, he was ahead of his time in some respect in that he wanted to build one of the longest golf courses in the world. I think a lot of that had to do with our professional. Liam Higgins was one of the longest hitters in the world. So it kind of evolved from that. And when the golf course opened in the early 70s, it was 7,184 yards long, which was very long for its time. Now it's starting to get short. But even still, we've added on a couple hundred yards since. But it can still hold up to the best of them. I know these young guys, some of these guys bomb it a long, long way now. But still, you have a wind like today. You know, the holes into the wind are going to be as tough as they'd be 50 years ago.
There's no doubt, and it feels like a predominant win that we'll be enjoying with our group today. Little doubt about that. To your point of the length of the golf course, obviously I call it a modern links, even though it's 56 years old. It's because of the relative terms of the age of other links courses in the area. Because it is a modern links, shaped the way it is around these gorgeous dunes that the sea has shaped, you've had the best players in the world over here to hone their game before they've gone on to win major championships.
Yeah, I think there's a few things with Waterville. You know, obviously the length of the golf course, our fescue greens, which most of the British Open course dominant fescue greens as well. The privacy, really. You know, we run a kind of, you know, keep our secrets to ourselves, you know, so nobody's really bothering, not saying they bother in other places, but, you know, we have the guys come stay here and they stay at Waterville House or stay at Hogshead and, you know, they're left to their own devices. You know, so yeah, I think that's one of the things, but they can decompress and bring families, you know, that's what has happened over the years, you know, and just relax before they hit the grind of the Open Championship.
And when they're all done with the grind of the day, as it were, they get to come into your beautiful clubhouse, recently renovated, whether it's a cup of seafood chowder or something else to eat, or at least a pint of Guinness or whiskey. What a great place to unwind that is.
Yeah, well, you know, the clubhouse was always, it was always kind of a unique building too in the way it's set into the landscape. But it was a 1970s clubhouse, and as golf has evolved and thankfully more people started coming, the clubhouse became not really fit for purpose from its capacity size, but we didn't want to take away the unique character of it. So what we did is we basically expanded the building around the outside of the existing building and just made everything bigger and further improved the vistas and added some balconies and things like that and added a view back to the village. So what we want people to feel is that when they come off the golf course, they're still immersed in the golf course through the setting, you know, especially obviously we're standing here in 18, the balcony is only 20 feet away from us. You know, it's a lot easier for guys to reminisce over there around the golf. And the thing about the clubhouse in Waterville, when you're out on the course you don't really see it. But ironically, from here, the only hole you can't see is the hole you're going to play later, or the mass hole is the only hole you can't see a portion of it. You can see one portion of all 8 or 17 holes from the clubhouse.
Absolutely brilliant. That hole and others will be that which we will discuss as we continue here. But to continue with Michael, I just wanted to say thank you, sir. It's a delight to be back.
Thank you for coming, sir. Enjoy your day.
Cheers.